Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 12 of our Hardcore Minecraft series. I hope you guys enjoyed our last episode. This episode, we're doing some airport progress. We are updating a little bit of the world to the new 1.21 features, and we are working around Pax Ranch for just a brief moment. And to end the episode, we're going to build a new farm. It's going to be fun. Let's get into all the airport progress we have done this episode. The airport has really developed over the last couple months with these hangars. I'm so happy with them. They took so many materials and I got to use the new tough walls, the polished and the brick, and I just love the look and I want to figure out how to incorporate them in future builds. If I come down, you guys can see these tracks. They're supposed to simulate what the doors slide on are anvils, and it has taken so much iron to build them. I actually haven't even finished the other hangars. Something else I've been working on is adding airplanes to the diversity of the airport. Here is a new airplane inspired by a Long Easy, one of my favorite planes, the tails in the back. Very cool airplane. Over here we have a inspired Cessna 172. It's very similar to the one that's in that hangar, but it's slightly different. I feel like some variety is going to make this airport feel alive. Right here we have a scaled down King Air to fit on our plot. I really enjoy this design. Very cool to scale a plane like this down and make it look like a small plane when in reality these are pretty big airplanes. I say they're big airplanes, but they are not as big as one of these. This golf cart I saw online and I just had to make it because at small airports, people usually drive around by golf cart because it's convenient and very easy. Something you guys would have saw in the intro was this airplane. I really enjoy how this airplane came out, and it just adds another big airplane that brings life to it. So usually in these airplanes, I have trading halls. I have not done that yet, as there are no tracks to bring villagers over here just yet, so maybe in the next episode we can get to that. In previous episodes, this had been rooted dirt, coarse dirt, and moss, and I was going to make it look similar to the leaves that we have over there, but I thought it would look kind of the same, so I went in this section and I added grass and ferns, and I'm really happy with how it came out, so I added it to over where our new airplane is over there, and I couldn't be more happy with how this came out. And I think it's going to look really good on the map view. So why don't we pull that up and take a look? I haven't actually looked at this map view in quite a while since I put the new hangars in, and this looks awesome. We have some good variety. We also have more developed bushes in place to make the runways seem a little bit more official, and the hangars look great. So the next project in the next episode is going to be to put some hangars in this section. And once we have kind of this chunk all done, it's expanding this way. The last portion of the airport to talk about is this front section. This is what I would consider maybe the entrance, and as you can see, I have the fence coming up to the building, and I think I'm going to attach a building on here as maybe the entrance to the hangar, and over there, right in between the hangar and the T hangar, is going to be the entrance where you could drive your car into the airport. So we will see how that comes out. I am really excited for this, but this is something I'm going to need to save for the next episode. We've definitely added variation to the airport, and I'm really happy with it. We've taken pre-existing designs, like our biplane, and we've kind of just taken off the blocks that make them look junky and made them wood, as a biplane really is. And I want to make it look very uniform and nice, but still have character. So I think finding that balance is going to be a little challenging as I develop more and more. So changing the planes slightly is going to be really important to add life. Now that we've talked about some changes that I've made to the airport, I want to talk about how we're going to develop it with armor stands. I made this world with streaming in mind. At the time, a viewer could redeem an armor stand and be immortalized in my world. And I want to give my YouTube viewers a chance to get an armor stand as well. So if you're a YouTube viewer and want an armor stand in the world, what do you have to do? Well, just leave a comment with your name that you want on your armor stand and tell me what color pants, leggings, and boots you want to wear of leather. The last thing you have to do is tell me what mob head you want. The only mob head I don't have is the warden head. Obviously, we have that for a reason, because the warden is very dangerous. So we have a couple available planes that might need to be claimed. These three right here, as well as the other white King Air with the staircase. So if you're interested, maybe you can tell me what plane you want and leave some details on what the armor stand could look like, and I will add you to my world. If you have any further questions about how this might work or alterations that you might to an outfit, you can join my Discord and message me directly. Link is in the description. Now that I've made that announcement, let's jump to some other projects I've been working on. Minecraft 1.21 introduced autocrafters, and I thought I would incorporate this in my gold farm. It works very well and makes life much easier. So the design of the gold farm is still very similar. We've just streamlined the collection system, and I no longer have to mass craft the way I used to. On this side, all the gold blocks that are crafted from the auto crafters get sent to these chests. On this side, gold ingots that are kind of overflow get put in here as a second priority to the gold blocks. So if this ever gets full, which it never will, they get put in here. We have an enchanting setup, which I've never had before. This is actually the first enchanting table I've crafted because I've always used villagers and anvils to enchant my tools. Going up the staircase takes you to the bubble columns that were already here. You can go up the bubble column, open the trapdoors, or open one, come up here and throw a snowball to aggro the pigmen. Go up the other staircase. Now we have a kill chamber that I have some gold farm tools, and I have a special sword that keeps them aggroed because I was having a problem where they'd break aggro. I have a lever right here that extends and makes this safe. This lever starts the collection system, so I'll go into free cam. It pushes all the items under these slabs into the water streams. This lever, I will not flick it, but allows the pigmen to land on the hay bales and start to come to be farmed. And this lever right here shuts off the auto crafters, so it just blocks the input of the drops going in. The gold farm is pretty much the same, except I just changed it to be a little bit more functional and some less chests for some lag reduction. Alright, we are down here at the iron collection system, and you can see we have a lot of iron. It is auto crafting iron blocks for me. Let's go back to the maintenance area and let me show you this auto crafter. So, iron ingots come in. This first filter just filters out the ingots and fills up these 4 double chests. So I at least have some easy to grab iron ingots. The second 2 filters also filter out ingots, but feed it into the auto crafter, which is making our iron blocks. It goes into this water stream, up the bubble elevator, and into these 2 hoppers right here, where we're storing iron blocks. The roses that the iron golems drop just get sent into this fire over here. They come all the way around, drop down, and flow in. If we fill up on iron blocks in these chests, the auto crafters will still be making iron blocks, and what they'll do is they'll go through the system, come up, these hoppers will be full, and they'll go into the fire, so we never have any lag being caused by items in the spawn chunks. The last auto crafting station that I've made so far is for our Wither Skeleton farm. This is one of my favorite farms. It's made by ENX04, and he never had a collection system. So what I did is I made my very own. Lots of hoppers that the Wither Skeletons stand on. They feed into some droppers that feed into this cobweb, so they group up. They come down, and right here at this observer, you can barely see I have a piece of string. That piece of string sets off the redstone, hits the slime block on the items, shoots it across. Same kind of concept here. We have string, some Wither Skeleton skulls sitting there. That's not good. And then it shoots the items across, which get picked up by hoppers, leading into auto crafters. And I will not bore you guys with what each item filter is doing with the auto crafter, but we are auto crafting coal blocks and bone blocks. This last slice right here is for our Wither Skeleton skulls. Why don't we head to Pax Ranch now? the nether portal, I want you guys to feel what this is going to feel like when we come through the portal. Look at this. We come out into a workshop that's kind of messy from being mid-project. We have a couple things hung up, some tools on the ground, a cauldron with some lava. Ignore the shulker boxes. They are just project items. Over here we have the grass farm. This is where I got all the grass for the airport project. And over here we have a little bone meal setup to do 2 tall ferns, which was very handy as well. I didn't even know they made fern farms until I looked it up. Why don't we go upstairs and you guys can see some of the progress that I have made. I have designed a kitchen and I am really happy with how the kitchen has come out. It's very detailed. It's got some fun stuff, and I just realized I forgot to put some birthday candles on top of the cake. We have a nice little table. I'm kind of just trying some interior work, and this is the living room. I love how this came out. It's got the variated carpet, so it's got wool on the ground, carpet in some spots, and I really like how that came out. This clock right here actually works, so if you look, let's pretend it became nighttime. That updates and rings the bell when it becomes night, and it is so cool. It is so cool. Right here we have our TV with our speakers, and I'm trying to keep it kind of old ranchy themed, and I think I'm doing good so far. As far as the interior, that's all we got, except we have a cool toy in the garage. Look at this bad boy. I don't know what this was. I found this online actually, and I just copied the design because I thought it was too dang cool not to include in my world. Let's go outside so you guys can see the outside progress. You saw it in the time lapse, but I might as well show it to you. I extended the driveway. You actually didn't get to see that. I extended the driveway to the garage. Kind of cool. I also extended a little bit of the driveway to do this like maintenance barn. There's also another car that you guys didn't get to see. Some other scarecrows just sitting on the wall, kind of waiting in case one of these break. I am using a texture pack for 2 tall wheat. If you are interested, link is in the description to my personal tree leafy tree pack. That is all we're going to be doing this episode on the ranch. I'm kind of trying to break it up and not just zoom through a project in one video, trying to make it last. Projects are so fun. They're in and out so quick, and it's so disappointing because I feel like some areas we don't really go back to very often. So I'm going to break it up. We're going to work on some of this next episode, but we should get into our new farm that I'm going to start building. If you made it to the end of the video for just the farm, here we go. We are down where I collect my deep slate, and what this farm is a nether fungus farm. So I one day intend to make a nether tree farm, and in order to have that farm functioning properly, I'm going to need another fungus farm. So what we're doing is we're collecting the warped fungus. We also get a little bit of the crimson and some of the roots, I think they're called. Yeah, warped roots. And I don't... Oh, we do have some crimson roots. So this is going to be an expansion because I'm going to need to make a second one of these that also collects the crimson variants in more mass, because these are very centric on the warped. But this is an awesome farm designed by Nicoler. Can't really quite say his name, but I will link the video in the description because this farm is just amazing. It works so quick that the hoppers can barely keep up with the drops. I'm sorry if you got excited that I was going to make some epic farm. Pretty simple little guy, but basically we're going to make another one of these in the next episode, put it right there, and it's going to feed into this too. So we're going to kind of expand, but I only need so far the warped. I don't really need the crimson. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 12. This one has been a lot of fun to dig into the airport and look at the details and develop it. And I will be continuing that in the future. As far as future projects, we'll be working on them here and there, having as much fun as we can in the world. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to episode 13, which will come out in the near future. I'll see you in the next episode. You can tell I watch a lot of B-dubs. I'll catch you guys in the next one.